5 in the morning, and this is the hardest part of my day, is waking up. It just always is. Pain levels the highest, and my anxiety is the highest. Now at night time, when I go to bed right before bedtime, usually my anxiety's not the highest. It's just pain levels. My pain level's the highest when I first get up, and then right before I go to bed at night. And then my anxiety's so bad, feels like I can't breathe, but I'm breathing. Just got this not mental, it's a physical anxiety. It does kind of affect you a little bit mentally. Anytime when your body's under tremendous amount of stress, yeah, it's going to affect you mentally, but I'm not like anxious about anything. There's nothing in my mind that I'm worried about right now. I'm not like, just wake up this way. I had a doctor tell me one time, it's something in your hormones, which means it's something with my pituitary gland. Pituitary gland is the master gland that controls all your hormones. Regulates thyroid, testosterone, I don't know what all. It regulates hormones that controls your sleep. Your pituitary gland does. And your pituitary gland with her hypothalamus helps you sleep too, but it's something to do with my pituitary gland. 100% certain. My present endocrinologist right now says it's not, but Dr. Langton said it was. Dr. Langton told me I was having pituitary gland problems, but he says not, so I believe her more than I do him. My primary care doctor believes Dr. Langton too, so I got two doctors against one saying something to do with this. So anyway, pituitary gland, but anyway. See, my hands, how they're starting to bleed. I gotta go to the dermatologist, get some medicine for my hands. Otherwise, it's just psoriasis, which is an autoimmune disease. What happens is my skin grows too thick, and when it gets too thick, it'll cause it to peel off, and it's called psoriasis. It's not contagious or nothing like that. It's just hereditary. My mom had it. My mom's dad had it. Psoriasis. Anyway, I want to get up. It's just really hardest part of my day is waking up. I go today to this place in Knoxville that's supposed to help me find a job. They've been interviewing me, asking me questions like, what kind of work have I done in the past? What did I like about those jobs? What did I dislike about those jobs? What all did they ask me? They asked me about my disability. What are the things that makes me disabled from work? And I told him yesterday, I said, well, number one, starting with feet. I have what's called plantar fasciitis in my feet. I don't know if you see in the bottom of my heel, that jagged pointed thing, that's called a bone spur that's in my foot. It's in both feet. And that bone spur cuts into that tendon there there's a tendon from your ankle to there's a tendon that goes across the bottom of your foot. That bone spur hits into that tendon and tears that tendon up, and there ain't nothing they can do about that. And the only thing, Dr. Sebastian Demoyne from Morristown was my foot surgeon. Told me that the only thing we could do is possibly a surgery, but that surgery has a 15%. That surgery, if they do the plantar fasciitis surgery on my feet, he told me it has a 15% total failure. He said that it's a possibility you'll be in a wheelchair for life if you do that surgery at 15%. Man, that's too high. It's too high of a percentage for me. And the other thing is this. If you do that surgery, I'm going to have to be in a foot cast for 6 months. He told me this. He said, now usually what happens is your foot gets to feeling better before the 6 months is up. He said usually foot will start feeling better. You'll think it's okay to walk on before the 6 months is up, but you can't walk on it at all. You have to stay off of it regardless what it feels like for 6 months. I got 2 feet. They can't do both feet at the same time. So it'd take a year for me to get over that surgery, if I get over it. He said the only other option is you can't be on your feet more than 3 hours a day. If you're on your feet more than 3 hours a day, you're going to aggravate it and make it burns and stings. I've had that issue in my feet for 20 years too. I used to see him 15, 20 years ago, and I've not gone back to seeing this. I've not gone back to see him in a long time because there's nothing he can do other than surgery at this point, and I don't trust that surgery at 15%. Are you freaking kidding me? Have to be in a foot cast 6 months apiece? That'd be a year. That'd be a year of me hobbling along. I can't do that. I think I'm better off the way I am. I just can't be on my feet more than 3 hours. That's my feet. Hips. I got bone cyst in my hips. Right there in that round part. See there, my hips. I got pretty good cartilage. As you see there, so far I got pretty good cartilage. But yeah, my hips are tore up, both of them, right and left. That makes it hard to stand too. And my low back. Look this video right here about my low back. Between my hips and my low back problem. I can't stand on my feet either. For my feet, I can't stand for more than 3 hours. But my hips and low back, I can't stand. Sometimes it's 2 minutes. It's excruciating to stand. Sometimes 2 minutes. Excruciating to stand. And on my very best day right now, the best I can stand on my very best day may be 20 minutes. So if you see a video of me walking into Walmart, I'm just having a good moment. And that moment usually lasts no more than 20 minutes at tops. It takes about 20 minutes because I don't know how many times, there's been so many times I walked into Walmart. Usually if I go in a grocery store, I'll bring my walker anyway because I never know how long I can go before I got to go down. And I like to have an instant chair. And that walker that I use is an instant chair. I never know. I just know from the walks that I do, because walking has always been a hobby that I got. I always time the distance, time how long I walk, because I just like keeping up with the data. And my longest walk right now, I can stand on my feet 20 minutes, around 20 minutes. I was doing 40 something minutes walks. I was doing 40 something minute walks back before I had the nerve blocks in my low back. But even with those 40-minute walks, I nicknamed those walks torture walks, because within 20 to 30 minutes I was hurting so bad. The remainder of the time of 40 something minutes I was just in agony. But I kept pushing myself because I kept thinking, well, no pain, no gain. No pain, no gain. I kept thinking, let's just keep pushing myself. I'll get better and better if I keep working at it. And I haven't. If anything, I've gotten worse. So now, instead of doing torture walks, I just walk as far as I can bear it. And then I just quit. And usually that's at most around 20 minutes. Sometimes it might be 2 minutes. So now you've seen my feet problem. hips and low back. And not only can I not stand for more than 20 minutes tops, but I can't even sit up in a chair for more than an hour and a half. I don't know if you can see the way this wheelchair is. Look, let me show you. Can I get in a position to show you what I got? This wheelchair set back like this. If I set up like this, if I sit up like this for like an hour and a half, especially 2 hours, my videos that you see me driving my car sometimes, you see me driving for an hour and a half driving. And now when I'm in my car, I'm not sitting up this high. I'm kind of sitting back about this high in my car. I'm not sitting all the way back in my car. I am sitting. I need to sit like this in my car, but if I sit like this in my car, my arms won't reach the steering wheel. Sitting in my car, I know from sitting in my car, it's like when I used to do Uber, I'd do it an hour and a half a day. That's all I could do. It's all my back could stand. So whatever job I get, I can't stand more than 20 minutes, sometimes 2 minutes. I can't sit in a chair more than an hour and a half. And then the problem I got here with my neck, issue I got here with my neck. Issue I got here with my neck. My arms are like pretty much strong enough to pick up more than 20 pounds. It's not a weakness problem, but oh my God, my back pain's worse in the morning right now. It's not a problem I have with weakness, although I've lost the feeling on my left side for some reason or another. Thought I had a stroke over a year ago, and it's not a stroke, it's just coming from my neck. But anyway, if I pick up, like, I'll tell you something. A couple of years ago, it's about 4 or 5 years ago when I lived in Fountain City, I had a morning, it was like in July, it was a sunny, warm morning. I had to go to Walmart, and I actually got up feeling good. Sometimes I have these mornings, back then especially, every now and then I would have a morning waking up feeling pretty good, and I was feeling good that morning. I remember like yesterday. I went to Walmart, I had to get some oil for my car, and I was going through checkouts, feeling pretty good, by the way. I was going through checkouts, and I didn't want to carry the buggy to my car that I was carrying my stuff in, because I'd have to carry the buggy back in. I guess I was kind of in a rush to get home. And so I thought, oh, I can carry all this. I'm feeling pretty good. And so I carried all my groceries. One of the things I was carrying was a 5-quart. Let me show you right here what I was talking about. This thing's empty, by the way. I was carrying one of these things right here. This 5-quart thing is what I was carrying. This thing's empty. It don't have nothing, barely has anything in it. I was carrying one of these is what I was carrying. And I was carrying other groceries. My goodness, it took about 2 or 3 minutes of carrying that stuff. It took about 2 or 3 minutes of me carrying that with the other groceries I had from checkouts at Walmart to my car, which was parked in handicap in the front. It took me about 2 or 3 minutes. Man, my hands are really getting beat up. Anyway, it took me about 2 or 3 minutes to get to the car. By the time I got to the car, my pain was blistering, number 10. And I thought to myself in that moment, I thought, whatever this weighs, whatever this amount of groceries weighs, is enough to take my pain level from a 0 to a 10 in about 2-3 minutes. So I got home, I weighed myself on my scales, holding the stuff that I was carrying out to the car to see how much I weighed holding the stuff, and then I weighed myself not holding the stuff, and there was a 20-pound difference. So I'm like, I didn't know that stuff weighed 20 pounds. I didn't know that. I didn't know, otherwise I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have hurt myself. I didn't know carrying 20 pounds to the car would take my pain level. I hadn't been at a 0 that morning. My pain level was up and down. Pain level's always been up and down. It's never the same. Never the same. And I went from 0 pain level to 10 in a hurry just by carrying what I was carrying. No joke. So, anyway, so I cannot stand on my feet more than 20 minutes. Can't sit in the chair no more than an hour and a half. So I can't do that job at the front door. Well, I could do the job Walmart, maybe. At the front door, an hour a day, maybe. If it's an hour and a half, 2 hours a day, somebody got to call an ambulance, take me to the hospital. My back's out. I can't even sit in a chair. They'd have to be sitting there in a recliner. And I'm not going to be able to get up and down. I got to sit there and lay there the whole time. That's just the way my back problem is. And then you just heard what my neck problem is. And then another thing is too, because I don't sleep good at night, because I got this hormone problem going on. It's probably my pituitary gland. I know my face is red right now. It does that in the morning too. And I get goosebumps all over me every freaking morning. It's something to do with my pituitary gland. I'm 100% certain, no matter what Dr. Big Mood says. I got Dr. Langton, she's better endocrinologist anyway. She backs me up on this. Plus my primary care doctor. It's what's causing me to have goosebumps, red face in the morning, my pituitary gland. But anyway, whatever job they get me, it's going to have to probably be a stay-at-home job. Because sometimes I have to take medicine that I can't drive on. Pain medicine I can't drive on. I'm not driving on pain medicine. It's illegal. I don't even drive sleep deprived. And see, that's another problem right there. I'm sleep deprived pretty much every single day I'm sleep deprived, because look at how I slept last night. Sometimes it's my brain that wakes me up. Sometimes I think it's something to do with my brain waking me up. Sometimes it's my sleep apnea wakes me up. And then sometimes it's pain wakes me up. So all night long I'm wrestling with those problems, trying to sleep. I'm trying a sleeping pill now, but sleeping pill, if I take a sleeping pill strong enough to put me to sleep, the problem with that is it'll knock me out about 18 to 20 hours. Yeah, but then my whole day's shot. Then what's the purpose of that? I'm better off not taking a sleeping pill. I'm going to try this Trazodone whenever I get around to it. Doctor gave me Trazodone. I'm going to try it, but usually if I take a sleeping pill strong enough to make me sleep all night long, it'll knock me out. It'll have me so groggy, it'll be so messed up almost all day long, almost 24 hours. Melatonin's a joke. Don't work. Melatonin does not work. So whatever I get, I don't like the idea of a stay-at-home job. I get cabin fever real easy. If my mom was here today, she would tell you, like she's told me so many times in my life, that when I was a kid, she could not keep me in the house. She said I was a go-go kid. I've been that way my whole life. I get cabin fever very easy. Sometimes I'm hurting really bad or feeling really bad. I can't go nowhere because I'm either sleep deprived when I can't drive my car, or I'm just feeling too bad. Sometimes I don't even feel, I'm having a day where I feel like I need to be in the bed all day, and I am. But I'll have these moments in the day where it's like, no matter how bad I'm feeling, because of what's going on right here in my mind, I gotta get outside and at least get the sun on me. I just gotta go outside and at least get the sun on me. So I try to go on walks every day. So anyway, whoever works me, whatever job I get, whatever job works out for me, number one, it's going to have to be where I can't be on my feet all day. Number two, I can't sit up like the way I'm sitting up right now more than 2 hours a day. They're going to have to work my schedule, because I never know when I'm going to have a hypersomnia fit or an anxiety fit. Now, most of my anxiety fits is first thing in the morning. Sometimes it can happen in the afternoon, but always the worst part of the anxiety thing I go through is first thing when I wake up in the morning. But whoever they get, whatever they get for me, even though I really don't like the idea of a stay-at-home job, it's probably going to be the most promising thing for me because of the situation. I'm going to have a stay-at-home job, whatever that may be. Probably on a computer answering phones or something like that. I don't know. And they're going to have to work my hours. They're going to have to accept somebody who can be there and sometimes can't be there. They're going to have to be really flexible. They're going to have to be really flexible when I can and when I can't work. That's just what I'm dealing with. I don't like taking naps in the daytime. Most of my life, I have never taken naps in the daytime. But in the last few months, I've been have to take naps in the daytime. And my naps are always short. They're never long naps. I'll lay down and I'll try to take an hour nap, and I'll fall asleep usually for about 20 minutes. I'll lay there for about 30 minutes and then I'm up. And then I'm up for a while. And then I'm back down. I'm back and forth naps all day long. So I'm just telling you my disabilities here. I'm not trying to make excuses. This is the way I am. This is what they're going to have to put up with. They're going to have to take me for who I am, or they just can't handle me. I can't help this stuff. I don't know what to do. But anyway, it's just what I'm going to have to do. So they're just going to have to work my hours. It's probably going to be something at home. I'm making this video right here talking about the job I'm trying to get and everything. I forgot something. I just want to add it into this video right here. My stomach problem. I never know when my stomach issue is going to keep me about 3 or 4 hours sitting on the commode. My stomach don't digest food very well, and I get bloated. I've been in the hospital twice with a colon blockage with this. Never know when that's going to happen and interfere. So I need a stay-at-home job that will work my hours, because I never know when I'm going to be stuck in the bathroom 2 or 3 hours. That's another thing. Anyway, this ain't funny, but it is. But when I was leaving a minute ago, I actually beat the doctor. My neighbor down from me, I think he's a doctor. I think he's a doctor. He looks and talks like a doctor. He wears those doctor scrubs. He drives a Mercedes. He drives a brand new Mercedes and he's got 2 cars, a brand new Mercedes and a brand new Subaru. Got to be a doctor. He does something in the medical field that makes some money, because you don't drive a brand new Mercedes and a brand new. That's my brakes. They do that in the morning because of moisture in my. They're okay anyway. Yeah, he got me a doctor to have 2 cars like that. I just don't understand why he's in an apartment, which he's in the elite apartment, not one like mine. He's in the expensive one. But anyway, I'm on my way to Walmart, and I think I will go to National Fitness too. As you see in my video here, I'm putting my psoriasis medication on with gloves. I've had people ask me, why do you wear gloves? Why do I wear gloves? Good question. I got psoriasis on my hands, and I have to put a medication on my hands that's dangerous for my eyes. I got a medicine I'm putting on my hands that's dangerous for my face and my eyes, the doctor told me. He didn't tell me to wear gloves at first, but when I told him I was going to wear gloves, he said, that's a good idea, you do that, but he told me to use vinyl gloves, not latex, because you can get an allergy more to latex than vinyl. But the gloves is because I put, well, number one, my hands are bleedy, and I don't want to be touching things, putting blood everywhere. Number two, the doctor told me that when my hands are like this, bleeding, I can get germs and stuff and cause the infection in my hand to get worse. That's what the doctor told me. Number three, I put medication on my hands, and I don't want it to get in my eyes or on my face, and I want the medicine to stay on my hands. Number four, believe it or not, if I go to National Fitness, or normally at National Fitness, when you work on an equipment there, you're supposed to wipe it down, but I figured if I wear gloves, I don't have to wipe nothing down, and it saves me time there. Not only that, but the gloves keeps me from not touching things that other people touch too. I don't normally like to touch things that other people touch. I'm not a severe germophobic, but I guess I am somewhat. I don't mind touching something that someone else can touch. I'd just rather not. My doctor told me, the dermatologist told me that because I got psoriasis in my hands, he told me not to be shaking people's hands. You don't know where their hand has been. And it's one of the most germiest things you could ever touch is another person's hands. You don't know if they washed them. You don't know what they've touched. And the way my hands are with psoriasis, he said I could really catch something on my hand. But anyway, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that job interview thing today. We'll see. According to how I'm feeling. I've only slept about 4 hours tonight. I've only slept a little over 4 hours last night. And you're probably wondering, Tim, it's 6 o'clock in the morning. Why don't you go back to bed and then you'll be able to make it? No, my brain, that's the problem. My brain won't go back to bed. That's why I'm doing this. I know how my brain is. I will lay there upon hours, upon hours, upon hours. I might as well get something wrong with my mind. I made spaghetti sauce yesterday, and I forgot the noodles of all things, and the Parmesan cheese of all things. I'm like, how do you forget? How in the world do I forget pasta with spaghetti? I don't know. I just did. I had too many things. I had too much on my mind, I guess. I don't know. What was really on my mind is I was buying groceries yesterday. I spent over $100 yesterday. Or $19 of it was gas for my car. And the rest of it was groceries. My doctor was telling me if you do a low-carb diet, that's going to be expensive because carby foods are the cheaper foods. And she's exactly right, unfortunately. I don't know if I'm going to be able to afford to do this diet or not. I'm not making excuses to try to get off the diet. I'm just telling you like it is. I don't know if I can afford it. We'll see. I'm going to try, but if I can't afford it, I don't know what I'm going to do. It's going to cost. That's the reason why I spent so much money yesterday. The grocery bill was... It's going to be expensive to do this diet. I don't know if I can afford doing it or not. But I need to get this weight off of me. It would do me so much good. My cholesterol would go down. Blood pressure would go down. I don't know if it would cure my back and my health problems with my back and my neck and stuff like that, but it certainly won't hurt. You think it would help a whole bunch, wouldn't you? So... I don't know if I can afford this diet or not. How am I going to be creative on a low-fat
or I mean not low fat, low carb. I gotta do low carb. That's the only thing that's ever worked in my life. I can count calories, fat grams, or whatever. The best thing that's ever brought my weight down in a hurry and kept my weight down is a low carb diet. I mean, that was the most weight I've ever lost in my life has always been on a low carb diet. There was one time I was 312 pounds, worst I ever weighed. How'd I bring it down? Low carb diet. I brought 63 pounds went off of me. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to see this guy about this job today because I'm supposed to see him about 9 o'clock, and that's probably when the sleepyhead's going to really hit me. I can't control my brain when it wants to go to sleep. It's got a mind of its own when it wants to sleep. Otherwise, I'd be in the bed right now. I feel a little bit tired, mostly wired, and because of that, I want to get my grocery issue behind me. I don't know why I forgot pasta yesterday, making spaghetti of all things. And I think I'll go over National Fitness, exercise a little bit, but I will walk into Walmart over here. I will walk into Walmart over there without my walker, if anybody's wondering why. That's only a 10-second walk. And when I get there, I can get on the electric cart. And I don't want to be, I used to use my walker to the front door and then the cart. But that walker, the way I have to put it up in the cart, there's been times it's like almost fell over onto somebody. I don't want to hurt nobody. Or it's like you have to stand it straight up, and it's like the way it's sitting in the cart straight up, it could fall over onto somebody, or it could fall over onto an aisle or something of food and knock a bunch of food down. It's just that cart, man, that walker, it's just not a good idea. If you lay it down flat, then it takes up too much room in the cart. So I got to do a 10-second walk to that front door and get on a walker. If you're wondering why I don't use my walker, some people so funny. They see me walk to the front door of Walmart, they think I'm cured. Yeah, I'm cured all right. So anyway, that's the deal with that. Appreciate you watching. I gotta go around the long way and get my Coca-Cola because these guys are working on putting it up. Go there, Mr. Wheel. I'd come around this way because the highway's blocked. It's okay, y'all working, it's alright. You just grab me. It's alright, y'all working. I'm in y'all's way. What can I grab you? I just want the Coke Zero, Sam Coke. Thank God them things are $1, I wouldn't be able to buy them. You just won't worry about that. Y'all working. Y'all have a Merry Christmas. It's okay. Nobody's working over there. That's okay, I'm just thinking. I don't know why it's Christmas time they're closing down all these registers for. It's weird. That's all, I mean, once I get a register, I can't believe I come over here to get spaghetti, to make spaghetti yesterday, And guess what I did? I left the noodles. Anyway, it's a Tuesday. All things, I'm gonna leave the noodles to make some dish. It's like, what time is it? 7:35, and I got about an hour and a half to be at that appointment where these people are trying to help me find a job, and I'm sleep deprived. I only slept 4 hours last night, and I shouldn't be driving. Can't drive on the car. Can't drive. It's illegal to drive sleep deprived, folks. And I tried to sleep, but I couldn't sleep. I know I went to Walmart and come back, but because I'm wide awake. But now here goes my brain, 7:30, back to sleep again. I feel like I go back to sleep, and I don't need to be driving sleep deprived. So I'll go back here and see if I can take a nap. But it's part of another thing. What's wrong with me too? What do? Drive sleep deprived? Break the law? Sleep deprived is breaking the law. Do I do that or what? Well, I just got off the phone with the people that are helping me find a job with my disabilities, and it's about 8:30 something right now. I'm waiting on my doctor's office to call me about my labs too, but I told him I couldn't make it. I've been up since 2:30. I ain't got but 4 hours. That's all I slept last night. And I said, I feel like I'm too sleep deprived to drive. And I've been trying to sleep. I know I went to Walmart this morning, then I went by National Fitness because I was wide awake. And I thought maybe if I did a few things, went over National Fitness and did my little therapeutic, what do you call it, physical therapy, come back home. My brain just don't want to sleep right. I got the sleeping pill to try, Trazodone. Watch that knock me out. Watch that make me too groggy in the morning. I don't know. We'll see, but try to go back here and take a nap, I guess. See. But he said he totally understood, and he rescheduled me for tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. But daggone, I probably need a stay-at-home job because of all the things I got going on. Can't sit up in a chair, can't stand on my feet more than 20 minutes, I can't pick up over 20 pounds. I probably need a stay-at-home job, and even with that job, I gotta be able to go on breaks for crap that goes on with my brain. My sleeping problem, stomach problem, it puts me in the bathroom, pain problem, that's a multitude. Is that all part of getting old? Is that normal? Is that normal for a 55-year-old? I don't know.